Oh, I can hear you. I don't know of others.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. I can hear you. I don't know. Can any other person hear that? Please let's respond.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear her.
I hear you.
Okay, I actually had my interview. I did both the qualitative and the quantitative. So initially getting people was kind of difficult because some persons said they don't have time. Some said that they can't actually let out their ideas without payment. Why some were very free and they they were flowing during the interview. So I was able to reach out to three persons and the experience was actually very good.
Oh, okay. So, about those people that said they were not willing to give out their ideas, I think what you would have done is you're not collecting any idea from them. You just want to conduct a research, and I it's expected though. Like we're not expecting it to be all fun and everybody will give you audience. So some people were saying they thought it's till Monday. For the interview, it's actually not Monday, it's today. It's the research that you need more time to collate response. You need more time to send it to people. So any other person?
Good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, so I also conducted my interviews. So I interviewed three people.
Okay.
So in the first person I interviewed was really flowing with the interview. Person said that even a different state that person also went out to ask is our family about the location of where the person was going to, and he said that the person still got to lot. He still had to use Google Map to locate our location to get our locations. And this person was like, she doesn't know use that. Instead of using Google Map, that she can just ask the conductor, ask the drivers, and just get out.
Oh, okay. So give me a few minutes. My system is still booting. So today we are going to leave the research part and allow you guys collate. So I have a very important message to pass across. So from next week, um they will check, assignment will be checked, and the assignment that will be checked is not me. I won't be the one to check it. It will be from the organizers of this program. So if you've not done your assignment, please try to compile all. Look for a way to compile all from when you did, from the first assignment I gave till date, from your problem statements. Compile all, even if it's Google Sheet, Google Docs you're going to use. Try as much as you can to compile it. If you're using FigJam, compile it so that when they are looking at the assignments, they'll see that we've done something. Then also today, what I'm going to give, I would also beg that even if the time is small, you should try as much as possible to do it. So we are going to do that, what we did in the last class. We are going to, most people said because it was offline, we would not get it. So now we are going to do that, but just give me like 2 minutes, let my system form up. We're going to start from there. So I'm going to take it slowly this time around, and we are all going to replicate that for our individual work.
Please, I want to say something. Okay, she's out.
Hello, yeah, you can go on.
Okay, yeah. The assignment, I thought we are going to submit everything on Monday. So I started with my Google form because I wanted you to like show us where we made a mistake. That's why I said I just concluded in my mind that we had to submit everything on Monday, which is the physical class, and show it to you.
Yeah, so you're not submitting assignment to me today. I'm only advising that you compile everything, all the assignments. So if you've not done anyone from day one, compile it because next week they will check the assignments. So the sponsors would want to check how far you've gone. So there will be no excuse at that point. We are 2 weeks into the program, so there'll be no excuse at that point that you did not do the assignment. And I don't know the penalty that is in stock for people that have not done the assignment from day one. So that's what I'm saying. Nobody is submitting assignments now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm just going to share my screen now. Please, host, can you make me co-host so that I can share my screen? Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, let me just change this account. Okay, so for those of you that let's say in future you would have more than one Figma account and you would want to be switching between all of them, this is what you do when you are on a particular account and you don't want that account. So you can either come to this place, this drop down here, where you can say Crib and you choose the account you want to go to, or you can come to this other place. You can see they are both the same thing. You can come here, drop it down, come to switch account, and you see your other account that you can quickly join. So that's how to switch between accounts. So let's go. This is what we were doing last week. I said last week, so this is what we did on Wednesday. So I'm going to start from afresh to explain how we arrived at this position or at this point. Okay, so I'm going to delete everything here and we'll start back. So the first thing I did was, remember what I said in class about this part. This is our toolbar. This is where we get almost everything we want to use for our design. Now, let me take all one after the other again. So if I click on this Figma logo, on the logo, now remember that anytime you see a logo on a website, it means that if you click on it, you can either go back home, you can go home to meet, you can either go back home here to check what you want to do. Then you can take back to files, you see file menu, edit menu. Now, the reason why I'm not taking all of this one after the other, it's because you might not need them. You might not need them because you would have to use shortcuts most of the time. So you don't need all of these parts. Now you have the edit menu. For file menu, you can see create new designs, new fig jam, new form sketch file. So there's something we call sketch. Sketch is also another tool that we use to design. So if you want to import a design from Sketch, you can save it and import it to Figma. So you can create new from Sketch file. Then you can place image. That means now this place image, you don't need to come here to do it. You can quickly do it from here. You can always save your files. If you come to the file menu, you can see save as. You can save to version history. You can show version history. Now, what's version history? You can see that I've deleted this thing that is on this file. But if I click on show version history, I'll see all the changes I've made so far. You see that the last change that I did was on 14th. That was on Wednesday. So you can see the previous versions you've worked on and how you got to this part. So if you delete anything and you want to receive a particular version, all you need to do is to just come to this part and click on these three dots and restore the version. You can restore the version, or you can just duplicate the version and redo what you want to do. So let's go back. Still under this part, you can see edit menu. For edit menu, you do copy, paste, find, which all of those things you can just use your normal shortcuts to do. You might not really need all of these things. For view, like I said, this is where you can either turn on your ruler bar, you can turn on your outline, you can zoom in, zoom out. All of these things are actually not necessary. So let's go through this part. But if you want to change, let's say you want to change your theme from dark mode to light mode, you can just come to preference and change it from light to dark. But for the purpose of this class, we are going to be talking about just this part. Now, if you come here, you see your move to and you see your scale. What's the difference between move? With move, you can move around the screen. You can move your screen anywhere by just holding down your space bar. So once you hold your space bar, you can move your screen to any part of anything you want. Then we have the scale. For scale, you can use it to do something on your screen when you have an object. So it's not really important. You might end up not using it at any point. If you want to extort, let's say you have a rectangle and you want to scale, you can just come to scale and work on the rectangle anyhow you want to work on it. Anyhow you want to work on it. So scale is mostly not important. It's just this move to that I use. Then this is the part where you create. Remember, frame is what you want to use, your canvas you're using to design. So your screen that you want to design on is what we call frame. Once you click on frame, you get to see on this part of the screen, you see the different kinds of frames that we have and how you can use them. And how you just need to select the one you want that time and use. We have the iPhone 11 and we have all of that. If you want tablets, you can come to tablets. If you want desktop, you can come to desktop. Then we have this section. Now this section is like a new feature that they brought to Figma. What we use the section to do is I want to design. You know that for every design, we have different part of the design. We have the onboarding flow. Let's say I want to design the onboarding flow of the app. I don't want to design the main app. I just want to design the onboarding. So instead of scattering your design all over, you can use a section to actually differentiate them. So all you need to do is to just drag it around and just name it anything you want to name it. Now this is your section. You can change the color of your section to anything you want. You can just change the color also. So I can just name this onboarding. So what we are doing is what we call the onboarding screen. So I will name this onboarding flow. Now that's the work of section. Now you might decide not to use the section and still use this Canva. It will still work. It's still the same thing. Just that the section is just what is going to, it's going to make it more organized and arranged. So now I'm done with my section. I'll just pick up a frame. I'll pick up my iPhone 13 Pro and I'll put it in my section. And I will increase my section to be able to accommodate, like to be able to have enough space. So now this is my section and I can call this splash. The reason why I like renaming my screen is so that if you're giving your link to a developer that will implement this, the person will know what this screen is for and what it's not for, instead of just leaving it like that. Now, this is our shape tool. Everything we design, we either use rectangle, circle, lines, pictures. This is what we use for design. For any design you see, we use elements from here to do it. Then for polygon, you can decide to use polygon. So once you click on, if I click on any of the shape, it will have its own. For any shape I pick, you'll see that its own property will change. You cannot add different things to it. You can either add your stroke, you can add your stroke, you can add shadow effects, and all of that. You can add all of these things to your design, but we're not going to look at that. Now, I want us to do something. I want us to start from what we call low fidelity wireframe to high fidelity wireframe. Now, watch how I'm going to do it. Now, I want to design something that has, the first part should be a logo. So this is what we use for wireframing. We do something. We get to make different objects. So if I want to represent a picture, I would get to pick up my rectangle tool. I want to represent a picture. I'll pick up my rectangle tool and I will draw like this. And then I'll pick up my line. I'll pick up my line tool. I'll hold the line from here, drag to the end from start to finish. I'll still hold the line again. I'll still come, hold another one, and I'll drag from start to finish. Now, I can decide to just duplicate it. I can just group it. Now, I finish grouping it. So this is always going to be my image box. If I want to place any image on my screen, I'm going to use this to represent my image. So this is it. Now, I'm just trying to show you the difference between wireframe and the main design. For the main design, I'm going to look for the main pic I need to use and place it here. For wireframe, I'm just going to look for a placeholder and use it. So I can just rename this as image placeholder. I will do the same thing for button. I'll pick up my rectangle and I'll draw from here to here, and I'll say this is my button. Then I'll get to use text. I'll just write any text and I'll say, let's say welcome. This is where to increase your text. If you want to work on your text, I will increase it to 24 and I'll make it bold because it's my first text. It's my starting text. It's my main text. Then I will now come here. I'll still pick up a text and I'll just right click. I'll just write something and I'm going to right click. Once I right click, I'll leave it at this. Sorry, I'm not going to right click. I'm going to left click. I'll right click and I'll come to plugins. Remember, I told us to install the following plugins. Let me assume that we've all installed it. So I'll just come to Lorem Ipsum, and once it's on, I'll just get to pick up my X2 now and draw something. I'll just draw a line from start to finish, and I'll say it should auto-generate for me. It's now going to give me text. So now that I have text that I want to use, I'll reduce the size of this text to 16 and I'll centralize it and I'll make it a regular text and I'll close it. So this is how I want my text to be. This is going to be my second text. So I'll centralize it. Then I would come here and you see here, this part is what we call the line spacing, line height, and it's on 19. So I'm going to make it, I say 20, so that it will have more space. Now see what it will do. If I start increasing it, the line's height will be increasing. If I reduce it, it will reduce. Now the essence of this thing is so that your readers can be able to read what you want well. Then I would ensure that I reduce this to say 60. Yeah, to 60, and I'll add 10. Now let's see, this is what we call our low fidelity. Can you see it? These are low fidelity. It's not fine. There's no picture. But with this, I understand what you can also call this your sketching. With this, I understand you can sketch on paper, bring it to your laptop and just replicate it like this. So when you hear someone say you should design a low fidelity file, it's not like the person wants you to design anything add. You just need to represent everything you would add on your page, represent it with something. Now for this text, some people use rectangle to still talk about their text. You would see something like this on the screen. You see something like this and somebody will still tell you that this is my text, but then they will not make it like a button. They'll just make it half like this, and you would still agree with the person because it's also, you can also use this. So this is a low fidelity. I hope we are together. This is what we call the low fidelity, where you don't get to put the actual, you don't get to put what you need to put. You just use something to represent it. So now that we are clear with this, let's move on to where we stopped on Wednesday. Now, I'm going to delete everything, yeah? Remember what I did at Wednesday? The first thing I did was to design my splash screen, which is the first screen that has the logo. And you just need to right click. If you have a logo that you want to work with already, because some of you are graphic designers and maybe you want to design a logo, a logo that you want to work with already, all you need to do is to just come to this shape tool where you have your rectangle and all of that, and you click on place image or video. Now the video feature might not work, it will not work for you because it's a free account. It only works for pro account, and you can come here and select any picture of your choice that is in your laptop and use it. So let me assume that any picture of your choice, yes, you just come, pick it up and use it. If you have a logo here, you can decide to use it. So let me bring in this logo or this icon. So instead of using Access Bank like I did the other class, I'm just going to use something like this. And I would say this is my, let's say this is what I want to use. And what will I call it? Let me duplicate this, Ctrl D, and I'll come here and I'll say safe lock. So I want to turn this, I want to make a logo from this icon. This is an icon. I want to make a logo from it. So let me change the color to red. Let's assume I'm doing something for security. So this is safe lock. So I'm going to just increase the size of this to 32. And I'm going to reduce this to, say, I'm going to make this a regular text. No, let me make both bold, but I'll make one a different color. I'll make one no. I'll reduce this opacity instead. I'll make this like this 70 and out. So for those of you that, yeah, you have the new idea and your idea don't have a logo, so you can just decide to do something different. So let's say for mental health, I can come to Google and I'll say mental health logo, and it's going to show you different things you can use. So all you need to do is maybe just download something like this. You can download it. Okay, so let me just show you a simple trick on how to download paid images for free. So I have this image and you can see that it's an iStock image. And if I download it, it's going to come with all of this. So all I need to do is I'll just go to this website, downloader.la. And once I click on it, I'll come to this logo. Now this logo that I have is, I'll just click on it. And if you come here, you'd see different, you can see for mental health people, you can see different, you can see this one, You can see this, all of these are icons that you can use to create your own logo yourself without getting to involve anybody. So this is what I saw that I like. So I'll just click on this. And once it opens, I'll just copy the link. I'll just copy it, Ctrl C, and I'll come here to my downloader.le. Then I'm going to come under it. You can see that you can download from any place. You can download from Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, Alamy. You can download from Get Image, but the image you want to download is from iStock. So I'll just click on download now. I'll close this. And I'll just paste the link that I copied and I'll say search photo. After searching it, I'll say download generated photo. Then it's going to open for me. So you have to close all of these ads when it pops on your screen. So you can see download, this is the image. So, but you won't see the image until you click on view in size. Then I'll just copy the image. I'll just copy it, or you save it, anyone. I prefer to copy. You can just copy it and come here and paste it. Now, when you paste it, some people will be asking, how do you can remove the background from here. Just right click, go to plugin, and you see background remover. So I'll just remove the background using my background remover, or I'll just crop it anyhow I want to do it. So because I need to set. Now, for those of you that are installing your plugin for the first time, you would have to set what we call API key. So I'll go to my bg.com again and I would set API key. So once you click on set API key, it's going to show you a link. So you just need to follow the link, click on it, go to the website, click on the link, go to the website and log in. So you just go to tools and API, but it's not going to work until, okay, Aisha, your hand is off. Hello, your hand is off. Yeah, good morning.
You're going too fast.
Hello?
I said you are going too fast.
I'm going too fast.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So like I initially said that if you want to use remove.bg, remember that in the previous class, I gave you a list of what you need to install. So that's what we are, those lists. So once you click on remove.bg, all you need to do is to set your API key first. For you to set your API key, you're going to see a link like this. It will show you a link. And all you need to do is just to click on the link and go to the website. If you go to the website, you don't have an account, you have to sign in, log in. So we sign up. If you have an account, you just have to log in like me. Once I'm done logging in, I'll just come to where I have API keys and I would say new API key and I will create it. Once I'm done creating it, it will send me, it will show me this, and all I need to do is to copy it. After copying it, I'll come back to my app and I'll just paste it here. Once I paste it, I would save it. After saving it, that's it. I've set my API key. So now I can just right click on this, go back to plugin, and I'll say remove BG and I will run it. You can see that it's running now. It's going to help me remove this white background. Now, like I said, you can either remove the background or you use your crop tool. Now, you can crop this image by removing all of these white spaces. You remove it, drag it to where you want it to be. Drag it down to where you want it to be. And drag this other part to where you want it to be. So this is it. I have this image now and I can just go down my shift. Remember what I said in the other class. For any time you want to reduce the size of something, always hold down your shift so that it will reduce all corners. Because if you don't hold down your shift, it's just going to reduce one part, which is not going to be nice. You can also use this part to reduce it. So I can decide to say, okay, this should be 200 by by 200 or 200 by anything. So I'll just get to reduce this, say 150, and it's going to give me the other part itself without me touching it. So I can say, okay, this is my logo for mental health. Let's say I want to call it safe space. I don't know why I like safe. Safe. I can call it safe space, safe talk, or safe anything. So what's the essence of this name? Just to say, okay, this is a place where you can come in to talk about anything that is wrong with you and nobody will judge you. And I can come here and just pick any color from it. I can pick a color from this logo. If I don't like it, I can just still increase it like this, and voila, I'm done with my logo for mental health. You don't need to do something very hard or something. So let's say I'm done with my logo for mental health. So if I'm designing, for anything I'm designing, this will now be my mental health logo. Can you see how it? So sometimes Figma used to have issues. So maybe it's one of those times. So you can see now, this is my logo. I can now keep it center, and I have my logo for mental health. This is supposed to be down this. And this is my logo. So same for agriculture. All you need to do is to go on Google and say agricultural or agricultural logos. You go online, you see different things that you can use. Just pick one. If it's an iStock image, if it's a paid image, go to downloader.la and copy it. So once you copy it, just use remove.bg or you crop it out. So let's say I download something like this that has a name already. This has a name. This is not paid. I copy something like this and I'll come to my app. Say what the only thing I need is a watermelon, right? So I'll just paste it. So instead of using download that, instead of using removing the background, I can just decide to first of all crop it and leave what I want to see. I'll crop out this name because I don't want the name. I want just the watermelon. After I'm done cropping it, that is when I'll now use my remove.bg. I'll go to remove.bg and I'll run it. And I'll remove the background. Then I can write anything I want to write. Hold down shift and reduce. Anything I want to write, I can just write it under. And that's my logo. My logo is ready. So that's it on how to do just a small logo for your design without you getting to do any hard thing. So centralize it. This is my own logo. This is what I want to work with and not Access Bank again. So I'll do it like this. Now, this is the first screen we did that day, remember? Yes. So I can decide to say, okay, let me change this white fill to, I'll use the fill here, but I'm going to, once I click on it, I'm now going to come to this part. I'll click on it, come to this part, and either reduce your opacity to like 10 or to like 2. No, 2 is too much. 5 or 6. Now, this is also not nice. So let me just leave it at 100. After leaving it at 100, I'll come to this part and I'll select from this part. So you can see. Yeah, this is good. Now, if you want to view your design, you can either use your phone to view it, or you can just click on this part and come to this place that you have present. So once you click on present, okay, so first, before you go to present, let me show you something. You can go to prototype. That's the only thing I want you to do on that prototype. Go to prototype and you see show prototype setting. And you need to now select a device. Can you remember the screen that we are using? We are using iPhone 13 Pro, yeah. So I'm just going to select iPhone 13 Pro, and maybe you can select the color that you want, silver, gold, anything. And that's the only thing I want you to do here. So I'll just click on play, and it is going to open. So this is how to be checking your designs to know when your text is too big. Even if I'm going to tell you, okay, this is the size of text you need to use when designing, I can't keep telling you that for on any design you want to design. I can tell you for mobile app and it's going to fit where, and it's not going to fit for web, even if we have it standard. So for you to check when it's nice and when it's showing where, this is what you do. So remember, these are screen. You can see how it's looking now. This is how it's going to look when you put it on a phone or when they finish coding it. You can see. So this is how to view your designs to check if it's working. So I think I'm going to give us hello.
Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Before you move on, how do you get to that level?
How did I get to which level?
Where you change the background to the exact phone chip.
Okay. So you go to prototype again. Listen, go to prototype. Once you go to prototype, you get to see under it, you see prototype settings. Now, because I've done it before, I can't find it here. You see prototype settings. Just click on prototype settings and under device, just go down. And remember that I was choosing a frame. I remember that I chose iPhone 13. So you have to remember the frame that you are using from the first time. Even when you're renaming it, you just need to remember it. So I just went back to choose iPhone 13 Pro. That is the only thing I want you to change. You can now change also the model. That's this side of the phone to either gold, silver, or graphite. Anyhow you want to change it, and you just click on play. So that's it. So now how we are going to be doing this class is, I don't want to go far before people would start following. So now that we've gotten to this point, I want us to, everybody, if you're doing a particular design, they're using your different project or your different group, create a simple logo with it, just an icon and a text. Put it on a background on your splash screen. So you have the next should I say 10 minutes? 10 minutes should be enough. Yeah. You have 10 minutes. Let me make it 15. Hello?
Sorry for taking you back. Please, I'm finding it difficult to copy those images. I've been trying, but
okay.
I'm in the agricultural group, so I was trying to follow you the way you were doing it, but I couldn't get it.
Okay, so
I don't know if you can help.
let me just take it back again in 5 minutes. If you're in any group, the first step one, the first step is for you to do a logo, a simple logo for your project. Step one, go on Google, use the name of the group that you are in, and type a logo, and type logo after it. Then click to image, select any of the icon that you see that you like that would fit your design. It can be this, it can be this. Select any of them. So let's say this, click on it. You can see that this is a paid image. Remember what I said about paid image. If it's a paid image, all you need to do is to just click on visit and go to the main site. When you get to the main site of it, you can just copy the link first. You copy the link of this. So this image, I can just download it. I can copy it, but it will have the license beneath it. So say I don't want the license, I'll just copy it and I'll go to downloader.la.
How do I copy the link?
How do you copy the link? Okay, this is how to copy the link. Once you see the image you like, you come to this screen, to the search bar, and this is the search bar, this is the link. The search bar will have the link. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it now.
Yeah, you just Control C, copy it, then go to your the downloader.la. I think it's downloader, yes, downloader.la that we are using. This is it. Then once I get there, I'll just get to, okay, let me open the downloader.la again from afresh. When you open it, you will see the different platform that you can download their pictures. Getty Image, iStock Photos. So I can just click on iStock Photos. If it's from iStock, from any platform that you're doing it, that you're trying to download from, then just click on Ctrl V, paste what you downloaded, and search for the photo. If they have the photo, you would see it. But if they don't have, you can see that they don't have this particular photo. So I'll go back to my agricultural part and I'll look for, okay, this is Adobe Stock. So yeah, I'll go to Adobe Stock instead, because what I want to download is on Adobe Stock. I'll click on the particular icon and I would copy it, Ctrl C. I'll go back to my downloader.la. And the image I copied was from Adobe Stock. So I'll just click on download now from Adobe Stock. Then I'll paste the link. I just need to paste the link. Once I paste the link, I'll search for the image. Once I search for the image, it will show me, if they have the image here, it's going to show me. So it's loading. And you see download generated in photo. So I just need to click on that one. Close all the pop-ups that will come on your way, and you click on view in full size. So once I say view in full size, it's going to open. So this is not opening in full size, rather it's download to my system. So it's downloading to my system. I can't open it in full size, but it has downloaded to my system. So I'll just come to my app back, to my Figma, sorry. So once I get to Figma, I'll come to my rectangle part and say place image. For the ones that I can view immediately, I'll just view it and use and right click and say copy image, Ctrl C, copy the image, and I'll use it once. But for this one that is downloading to my system, I'll just save it where it is on my system and I'll just place it. So this is it. And I have the option to remove the background. With right click. If you don't have your remove.bg plugin set API key, but if you have, just run it. Once it removes the background, you can decide to crop out all the SS space, all these SS space that you don't. 'Need, you can decide to just crop it out.
Yes, good morning.
Crop out, always with that shift.
Good morning. Can I use this
good morning.
paid image for a job? Will I not
Yes.
be sued or
You won't be
charged?
sued. For you to have downloaded it, it is assumed that you bought it. Nobody wants to know how you bought the image.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Because if they are suing everybody, all graphic designers in Nigeria would go to jail, because we don't buy pictures, but we use pictures on our designs. You just have to reduce it, hold down your shifts, or you reduce it here and write your text. Do your splash screen. Everybody, I'm giving us 15 minutes to do that. So this is 9:56. So by 10:10, we should be done with it. So let's do that. You all understand why I'm doing this. I don't want to finish your screen, and at the end of the day, some people are having issues. So as you're going, if you have any issue, you just, I'm still. 15 minutes, guys. Let's get to work. Are you working on it? Because I did feedback. Can I do this with my phone? Your phone is going to stretch you.
Yes, we are
So,
doing.
okay. So for people that said you're not with your system, one of the criteria is once you're in class, you should always be with your system, except there is no light and your system is off, which I can excuse you, but you have to do it once you get back your system. So you just need to follow the step to do it. So I can see just 2 persons. Yeah, your hand is up. Hello, Abdul. Yeah, I can hear you.
My phone says it's about to die. Like our life. Like 3 days to go down.
Okay.
I haven't
So the
started
website
thinking
is
about
downloader, that dot a, not download.la.